What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. And for today's matchup, we have an Adventure Springs versus a Rose Tenyi, with my opponent playing Rose Tenyi going first. Now, in this matchup, my opponent seemed like he was pretty bricked because he normals out a Yanzing monster to act as a tuner to go into his combo. Now, these guys are never bricked as long as they get a tuner plus a non-tuner, it is pretty much full combo for them. But while my opponent does the combo, if you guys are wondering, no, I did not participate in the Phase 2 grind of the Duelist Cup. I, however, ended with 27.5k points at the end of the whole event. At the end of my Saturday stream, I left with, I believe, 7.5k or 8k points on my Duelist Cup. And on Sunday night, before the event ended for 3 hours, I was grinding for YouTube content, and I decided why not just grind in Duelist Cup. I might get more interesting YouTube content from there. So I was grinding for 3 hours before the event ended, and I ended up with 27.5k points. So I ended up making 20k points in 3 hours, I believe, which was not bad at all. I mean, considering the grind in this whole event, where since it's a best of one, and you keep running into Flu, Eldritch, back row, or just general stupid decks that people play like Rose Tenyi, it was not even a skill matchup. Like, it was a match of who goes first and who can hand trap better, or who can floodgate better, or if you play Flu, you win, go first. That was pretty much it for the whole event in my experience. Aside from the recognition you get from people if you go up in top 10, I guess, that's the only thing that I can think of that people want, because the prizes Konami offered for the top 10 or 100 or 1000, they're just pretty much worthless. Title plus coupons, just no. It's not worth my time to grind it. So, at the end of my opponent's turn, I did not know why he chose this combo line, but he has a Omni Negate, another Omni in the back row with the 9 pillars since he has a Yanzing on the field, and a Blackout as well, because off of the Grandmaster, my opponent searched for a Blackout. So he has 2 Omni Negates, 1 Monster Negate for on-field monster, plus a 2-card pop on the field. Now let's see what we draw into. This card that I drew into, I run this card, of course. It's a really good card. People should be running it in my opinion. Yes, it's a brick going first, but going second works wonders. So I drew into one of the best outs I could draw into, which was my evenly matched. Now, let's see what we can do with this hand. My whole idea behind going into this turn was getting my evenly matched off. I have to somehow bait out my opponent's Omnis so that I could get evenly matched off and then go into my combo afterwards. So, first of all, we start with Harpy's Feather Duster to wipe out his back row. Obviously, he uses a Baron to negate that. Now, this is a smart play. You should be playing it this way. You generally want to save your 9 pillars in case your opponent Dark Ruler no mores you, or something along the lines of Forbidden Droplet, so you can negate your opponent from activating those cards if with Forbidden Droplet your opponent does not send a trap card. So then we chain link our Forbidden Droplet to our opponent activating Baron de Fleur. Now right here, I do not understand why, but he chose not to activate his back row. Now let me know in the comment section below if I'm missing something, because I'm pretty sure my opponent could have activated his back row set of the 9 pillars to negate my Forbidden Droplet, since I was not sending a trap card. I was sending a spell card to the graveyard. So it goes through, and on the resolution, we negate the Baron de Fleur, so the Harpies goes through, wipes out his back row completely. Now his back row consisted of the adventure cards plus the Blackout, as I told you before, and the 9 pillars of Yanzing. We already know what his back row set was. This means all his Omnis are gone. So now we go into battle phase, evenly match him, and since he had a token on the field, that means only his token is left on the field. He has to banish everything else, face down by the way, from the field, and keep the token on the field, because you cannot banish the token. That is just how the interaction with any token plus evenly matched works. Then we go into main phase 2, we start to go into our combo completely. Now keep in mind, Ash Blossom does not hurt me at this point, because my opponent still has a monster on the field we can use the Prankkids place to chain block the first Ash Blossom in case my opponent had the Ash Blossom. So we are safe from that. Our combo is pretty much secure at this point because we can go into our Predator Plant to go into our Butler in case our opponent ashes the Doodle-Doo Search, which he of course does. He had Ash Blossom in his hand. So it resolves, negates my Doodle-Doo Search, and with the Fancies, I send a copy of placed Pranks, to the graveyard. Generally, if this ever happens to you, you want to send a copy of Pranks to the graveyard to pull it back out using your second Doodle-Doo, because going into Predator Plant still ensures you your Butler if you run Thunder Dragon Fusion. So this only works if you run Thunder Dragon Fusion in your deck, which of course I do. I took out the whole DPE engine to fit all this in, and I still run Thunder Dragon Fusion. So we keep going into our combo, and I decided to why not just bounce the token as well, get rid of it, so that he has no material on his field on his next turn to do anything, and he would have to normal out a card or special out a card to go into his combo. And I will be having 2 Butler Pops on the field either way. So I attach the Draco back, I kill off the token, we go into our Bow Wow, activate Roxy's, banish the Roxy's from our hand, draw into Artifact Lancia. Now this draw was actually pretty good because in case he has a way to negate my Butler on his next turn, we could activate Lancia afterwards, or we could use the first Butler pop, activate Lancia, so that way, even if he manages to put a non-effect monster on the field, he would not be able to activate any of his graveyard activations because that requires a banish. So really good draw actually. I was not expecting to draw into it, but really good draw at that point. We go into Predator Plant, we go into our Butler, put Butler in face-up defense because this was a main phase 2. We're not attacking into our opponent. This is to play around Lightning Storm in case he's running Lightning Storm and he draws into his Lightning Storm. So if you're ever doing combos like these in main phase 2, make sure to keep your monsters in face-up defense. Also, if you're going first, put your monster in defense if you can to play around Lightning Storm. At the end, we activate Pranks, recycle 3, draw into a combo starter card for our next turn. Really good draw in my opinion as well. Now my opponent goes into his turn by activating the Enchantress, banishes it to get a Right in his hand. Now he cannot activate Right at this point. If he had activated Right, gone into his token, that means this normal summon Taya will not have been able to activate its effect because Right prevents that. And if he normal summons Taya to activate Taya, that means he cannot activate the Right from his hand afterwards. So he was pretty, I believe, bricked in both aspects, but that's okay. He normals out the Taya. Of course, I don't want him getting any banish action, so I just use my Butler, pop my Miamu, and to that, I chain link my Artifact Lancia. The reason why I'm chaining my Artifact Lancia to this is because he still has 2 cards. He had Right in his hand. I did not know if he had a way to push past my Butler as well, so I just, in case, since I already did my banish play, now I don't care about Lancia affecting me anymore, so I just pop it in case. Now he activates his Right, gets a token, specials out the Ashuna from his hand. Of course, we're gonna use our second Butler pop our opponent's field, and that signals the end of my opponent's turn. On my turn, draw phase, I draw into a Pandemonium. Now, I was pretty lucky in the sense that I did have a combo starter card in my hand for this turn, and even if I did not have it, since I sent a Thunder Dragon Fusion into my graveyard last turn, I could activate it to search for my combo starter card, which was the Fancies. So Thunder Dragon Fusion works in 2 regards. It could even act as an Ash Blossom bait. In case you guys are wondering, this is Ash Blossomable, so you can bait out your opponent's Ash with this play if you want, ever, in any of your games. So once I normal out my Dropsies and try to go into my combo, my opponent realizes he's pretty much done for, and he just scoops. That's going to be the end of the game, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads, and if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JP Duel signing out for today. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace!